I'd like to begin this video by clarifying something that's been trending on social media lately. So far, neither the company nor Jimin himself has issued an official statement regarding the situation with the woman he was seen with. Although some people have claimed otherwise, all rumors circulating about any statement confirming they were a couple are completely false. It never happened. Interestingly, most of the blaming comments came from Taeyoung, who never seems to miss an opportunity to put Jimin in a difficult position. It's strange how someone always tries to drag Jimin into the center of damaging rumors. Yet if we look back, Taeyoung himself was once linked to Blackpink's Jennie. At the time, the public could even clearly see photos of them walking close together. The company didn't deny it, and Taeyoung chose not to address it. Surprisingly, many people simply let it slide. However, when it comes to Jimin, the story is different. He's being targeted for a situation that is essentially an invasion of privacy. In the videos circulating, we don't even see him walking with the woman or spending any time close to her. All we saw was an awkward moment when the woman appeared in the elevator where Jimin was. Jimin's reaction was clearly one of surprise and confusion. This situation was completely different from the case of Taeyoung and Jennie. Unfortunately, some people prefer to ignore this difference. If Taeyoung could be with Jennie without much discussion, why should Jimin be pressured so hard when there's no concrete evidence of a relationship with the woman? Essentially, what happened was just a private moment, nothing more. And here's where we need to pause. Beyond the rumors deliberately created to damage the relationship, we've all long witnessed the closeness between Jimin and Jungkook. For years, they've shared gestures that weren't fake or forced. The connection was real, evident in their gazes, the way they searched for each other in even the smallest details, and even their natural body language. Therefore, it's no surprise that rumor mongers tried to distract the public with other stories. In reality, Jimin was never seen in a personal relationship with the woman. Instead, what was constantly apparent was his involvement with Jungkook. This is what makes the situation feel unfair. Some people are trying to link Jimin to someone who is barely relevant, while his true closeness with Jungkook is so clear. Their togetherness never needed proof through rumors. They showed it in simple things: sharing moments, supporting each other, and being there for each other in the most important moments. Recently, questions have also arisen as to why Jimin didn't publicly wish Jungkook a happy birthday. Comments on social media even concocted a story that Jimin no longer loves Jungkook. However, the truth is much simpler. After the incident with the woman who violated his privacy, it's natural for Jimin to be cautious with every step on social media. He knows full well that every post could be misused against him. So, silence is the best option for the time being. However, that doesn't mean he forgot Jungkook's birthday. On the contrary, he definitely remembered it, just like in previous years. He most likely said it privately, just like Namjoon, Suga, and Jin, who also didn't publicly send their congratulations but certainly remembered it. Birthday wishes don't always have to be public to be real. Don't forget, they have a private chat group they often mention where they share personal moments. That's likely where the wishes came from. The problem is, some people believe that if it's not on social media, it doesn't exist. However, birthdays don't lose their meaning just because they aren't publicized. What matters is their real relationship behind the scenes. Jimin and Jungkook have demonstrated a closeness over the years, something that a simple silence on social media can't erase. In fact, if Jimin chooses to post a congratulatory message, there's a risk of the topic being twisted to attack him again. It would be wiser for him to wait until things calm down and then appear with Jungkook without too much fuss. This means that his current behavior isn't a sign of trouble, but rather a form of protection for himself and his relationship with Jungkook. The congratulations still exist, only they're done in private. Their relationship doesn't depend on publicity. What they've built together is far stronger than mere posts. That's why their closeness remains, despite others' attempts to distort the reality. Over the years, we've seen Jimin and Jungkook's closeness grow stronger. It wasn't something that emerged suddenly, but rather a relationship that grew over time. Even when they tried to appear casual in front of the camera, that closeness was still evident. One of the most obvious things is Jungkook's protectiveness toward Jimin. It wasn't an overly exaggerated gesture, but rather the natural reaction of someone who cares. We've seen Jungkook repeatedly look out for Jimin's comfort, both on stage and in casual moments. Conversely, Jimin always seems to feel more at ease when he's by Jungkook's side. His expressions and demeanor soften as if he knows that with Jungkook he can be himself. They don't need to call themselves a couple with words. Their actions speak for themselves. Every look, every small touch, every seemingly insignificant synchronized movement, all reveal a special connection that can't be faked. This closeness never feels forced, and it's different from their interactions with the other members. That consistency is what makes many fans believe their relationship isn't just a casual friendship. It's real, natural, and has endured for years. No matter how many rumors are created, their moments still speak louder than words. Every glance, every smile, every spontaneous reaction, all tell the story of a closeness that can't be erased, even if the outside world tries to deny it. Looking back, there are countless moments that prove how Jimin and Jungkook fill each other's space. From their debut until now, the pattern has been consistent. Jimin is gentle, caring, always knowing when Jungkook needs encouragement, while Jungkook is protective, full of initiative, always wanting to make sure Jimin is in a safe and comfortable place. This can be seen even in small things that are often overlooked by the naked eye. For example, when they sit together during a long interview, Jungkook often unconsciously turns his body toward Jimin, as if his energy is drawn solely to that place. Or when Jimin speaks, Jungkook listens differently than when the other members do. His eyes are intense, as if every word is important. Then there are those moments on stage, where the roar of cheering fans further emphasizes their connection. Amidst the bright lights, when they have to focus on intricate choreography, there are still brief moments when their eyes meet. A glance that may only last a few seconds, but it's enough for fans to see something deeper than just a bandmate. Jungkook, in his frank way, often shows his affection through actions. He might suddenly grab Jimin's arm while they're walking together at the airport, or pat him on the back during rehearsals. Simple actions that may seem ordinary, but when done repeatedly and consistently, they signify a habit, even a need. Meanwhile, Jimin displays his feelings more subtly. He rarely expresses them directly, but his body language always betrays his feelings. Notice how his face changes when Jungkook speaks. His smile is different, his eyes warmer, his demeanor softer. To those who pay close attention, it's clear that Jungkook holds a special place in Jimin's life. This is why rumors linking Jimin to someone else seem so absurd. Those who have followed BTS for a long time know how strong Jimin and Jungkook's bond is. No fleeting moment with a stranger can compare to the years they've shared together. And again, when Jimin chooses to remain silent amidst the storm of rumors, it doesn't mean he's distancing himself from Jungkook. On the contrary, his silence is a form of protection. Protection of something so precious that it shouldn't be exposed to public scrutiny. Sometimes, love and closeness aren't expressed through loud shouts, but through meaningful silence. For those who truly understand, Jimin and Jungkook's relationship is all about balance. Jimin gives Jungkook peace of mind while Jungkook gives him security. They fill a void that no one else can. That's why, even without a birthday greeting, discerning fans remain convinced that Jimin is always by Jungkook's side in his own way. Let's recall some simple but memorable moments. Like when Jimin patiently waited for Jungkook to finish his vocal practice even though it was late at night, just to go home together. Or when Jungkook brought Jimin a drink without asking because he knew he got tired easily. These small moments, often uncaptured by cameras, mean far more than any social media post. When they're on a big stage in front of tens of thousands of people, they still find each other. Sometimes, amidst a powerful choreography, Jimin smiles at Jungkook, and Jungkook responds with a small smile that seems only they understand. Or when the stage lights go down and the giant screen closes the show, the camera happens to catch Jungkook reaching for Jimin's shoulder before they head backstage. It's their love language, a language that can only be understood if we truly pay attention. What makes their relationship so special is the fact that it all happens so naturally. Nothing feels forced. Nothing is staged for the cameras. Even when they try to be professional or maintain distance, that closeness still leaks out in small ways. A brief glance, a quick touch, or simply standing too close. In an era where so much can be manipulated, fabricated, or staged for the sake of content, It's Jimin and Jungkook's authenticity that stands out. That's why so many people try to obscure it with other rumors, because something real and sincere is hard to hide. In the end, the public may speculate, gossip, or find ways to bring them down. But there's one thing that can't be erased: the traces of their togetherness, captured in thousands of moments, both in front of the camera and behind the scenes. The relationship is real, strong, and has weathered the storms. And perhaps that's why Jimin has chosen his path. He doesn't need to prove anything to the outside world because he knows that what truly matters is already with Jungkook. The world may doubt, but true love and closeness never need justification.